In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to detail a foundation layout correctly in AutoCAD and step by step for construction drawings and site use. And I'll be interfacing with the architectural drawing so that you will know how they bond together. So sit tight and let's begin. So after you have done your design already in the software ProtaStructure, and then you have also extracted all your drawings that came from the Prota detail, which you can see here on my screen, and then you now copy this whole drawing into the stone bridge detailing template, which you can see, which I have done here already, and then you can now begin your structural detailing for each of the structural member, beam, column, slab, and foundation layout, and every other thing that you want to detail. Now, knowing that detailing takes time and it is one of the problems that most engineers are having after design, they are stuck with detailing on how to detail their drawing correctly. So we have a complete video on this already, on how we detailed every of these things you are seeing here up to the final stage, and also numbering and then printing and issuing to your clients. So we have a complete video on a full building detailing for this building you are seeing here. So, and if you want to purchase that, you can go to our AutoCAD store. When I mean complete, I mean a complete detail for everything, beginning from the logo you are seeing, how to change your logo, how to edit this your construction notes, how to do your foundation layout, how to do your foundation detail, footing detail, your column drawings, and also how to tag them, number them, and also tag them on the footing layout. I see here. And also we also have for the foundation and for the first floor layout, and also for the first floor beam arrangement, and also for all the beams for the slab detailing, and also for the second floor or the roof beam layout, and also the beam detail arrangement, as you can see there, and then up to the staircase detailing. So this is a complete video that we have already, but it is on our store. It took us many months to make sure we detailed this video completely. If you want to have that, you can check on the link down below this video description, or go to Google and type AutoCAD store, and then you will see it titled there, complete structural detailing, right? Complete structural detailing for a building. So get that course, and then you will not have issues anymore for your detailing. Thank you and God bless you. Now let us go back to what we have for today, which is the foundation layout for this particular building. Let's go and I see you there. So in this video, I'll be starting with the foundation layout. So this is the extracted drawing that came from ProtaStructure, as you can see here. So once you copy this now, for example, I am beginning with the foundation layout. So I'll copy everything that has to do with the foundation layout here, right? I just pressed Control C, which is copy, and now come here and then paste it. But I've already done this pasting already. I'll come here, Control V, and then paste it. So you can see that we'll have a similar thing that we'll have here already. So I'll just take this off here and then use the one that is already here. So once you've pasted your foundation layout like this, the first thing to do is to clean it up. And when I mean by cleaning it up, the first thing is to remove these dimensions that came from Prota detail, if you are using ProtaStructure for your design. Now, even if you're not using ProtaStructure for design, just learn this and you'll be able to flow on how to properly detail a foundation layout, because I'll be working with the main building plan that came from the design architect. Okay, that's fine. So I will now come back here and then first of all remove all these dimensions. And how do I do that? I'll just click on one of them right now, and then you can see the name here called dimension lines. That is if you're using stone bridge template. Okay, that is fine. I'll then come here, highlight here, right click here, and say quick select, right? And then I will then come now, once that opens up, I'll come click here, and then come here, find D, and I'll type D, and I'll scroll down to look for dimension line, and I'll click on what? OK. It will select all the dimension line, and I'll click on what? E, enter. E means to erase. Now you can see that we have cleaned this up. Then I have some things, I have some grid lines that are not necessary here, but before then, what I will do first is to go and copy the architectural plan for the ground floor, because it is the ground floor that has direct interface with the foundation. So I'll copy the ground floor plan now. Alright, now before I copy this was the one I used for my structural framing. That's why you can see some columns here. So what I'll do is to remove the columns which we have here and copy just the plan separately. So I'll copy this plan on this side first, and then remove all the columns by clicking the column and then highlight and right click and select, quick select. That column name was called a column, so I'll come here, layer, and then choose column here, column, and I'll say okay, and I'll press E, enter, and this is the original drawing, how the drawing came to me from the architect. So I'll now come now, highlight this now, and copy this original one, and then go to my Stonebridge template here where I have pasted all the drawings already, and I'll come to my right hand side here, and I'll type Ctrl V, which is to paste, and I'll paste this here. So this now becomes the architectural plan, and this is our structural framing with the showing the column base and the column points and grid lines for this particular building. So what I will do now, because I want to know, because the main purpose of foundation layout is to know where they will dig during the foundation, because they are meant to dig their trenches, where the block wall will be and where the column base are going to be. So since the purpose is for digging of the foundation trenches, and we want to work with the foundation block walls, or the block walls that will start from the foundation, that is what we want to dig their trenches for. So you have to work with the ground floor plan, because that is the floor plan that has interface with the soil directly. Or other plan, for example first floor, second floor, has interface with the floors above. So we will be working with the ground floor plan. So what I will do now, these things you're seeing here are cantilever lines, and cantilevers are above the foundation level, which is at around 3 meters level or something like that. So in this case, I don't want to deal with cantilevers, so you have to remove anything that has to do with cantilevers, because we are not dealing with cantilevers at this level. We are only dealing with the part of the building that has direct interface with the soil or ground directly, because we want to prepare our foundation trenches. So I'll just remove all these now that are not necessary. Okay, that is fine. So once I do that, I'll now press E, enter, and that will take off all the foundation, all the cantilever lines. So we are left now with our grid point and our block walls. Now I will also remove all these grid lines which I used. So I'll take off these grid lines now and just have my block walls alone. Now you can see the block walls, the door symbols, and everything. This is how the architectural drawing came to us. So this is what we are going to use to prepare for our foundation layout. Okay, that is fine. So with that now, knowing that all these grid lines too are those cantilever lines that we removed, so we will also take it off here from the structural drawing. So I'll take off all these grid lines too that are on the so the whole thing is that you are going to remove all the things that are not having direct interface with the ground. So if you have cantilever lines, take it off. So this one too, cantilever line too, so I'll remove these two. Okay, that's fine. Then also this one, so I will attach this particular drawing file to this video so that you can be able to follow up correctly what we are doing. This is not also among. So once I've done this now, the next thing I'll do is to block. I'll be blocking this now. I'll come here. There is no of me blocking it because I want to superimpose this block wall, this plan, on this our foundation footing that came from our design. So I'll superimpose it. So the best way is to block it. So I'll come now, highlight like this, and type B, enter. By typing B, enter, I'll just type any name at all. Okay, any name at all, and then click on here and then say okay. So with this now, we now have this as a block element, as you can see. Okay, that is fine. So once I've done that, I'll now copy this or move it. I'll choose a point here, a reference point at the end here. I'll choose this and then move it to the same reference point here. So make sure you choose the right reference point. Okay, that is fine. And then come here and paste this here. So on doing this now, you can now see what we have here. This now becomes our our foundation layout. So we will now have to do what? Begin to offset the trenches and create the block wall lines, which at the end we will have a similar thing that looks like this. So with that, now what will I do? Since I already have my foundation, all my block walls from the ground floor here, I want to now begin to do what? Offset the areas where they will dig. Okay, where they will dig the trenches. So what do? I will now have to do what? Go here. Since you have the template with you, if you don't have that, you can get that from Google. Just type Ekide store and you can get all our stuff there. Then come here, I'll copy this, alright, and copy this. I want to copy a sample of this. Now the reason of copying this is because this layout, all these pen assignments for these lines has been proven worthy after printing. They are all appearing well. So I'll copy this now, copy this line to now replace one of the block wall. So I'll paste this here. Okay, that is fine. So now I now have this, although you cannot be able to see it, but I can be able to see. Can you see that? It's showing dash line. So once you have pasted this, the next thing we'll do, let me now extend this to the end, knowing that block wall runs from here all the way down here. So I'll just click here and extend to this place here and keep this here. And I'll also come here to click on this, extend, and then extend this here. And I'll click on what? Escape. Now once I click on escape, now the next thing to do is to now type O. O means offset. Enter, and I'll type 225. Now when you're offsetting a foundation trench, you use 225 to offset for the foundation trench. That will be able to give enough working space for the people laying this block wall after digging the trenches. So this is now the space where those mason are going to stand laying this block on the foundation. So I'll type enter and I'll offset 225 out here, 225 out here. 225 simply means a 9 inches size of a block wall. So right now we have 675. 225 plus the block wall 225 plus 225, that gives us what? 675 in total. So that will give enough working space for the people laying the block. So they are going to stand on this side to lay the block, while other person can also stand on this side freely to also lay the block. So they have enough working space to work on the both sides for this particular block wall. Now once you have offsetted this, the next thing to do is to now match properties. Now this is also proven worthy for a foundation layout to print correctly. So I'll come now and match the property here. I'll match it now and then come here and then click on what? Click on this and this, because this foundation trench line, boundary line, is meant to be thicker than this block wall line. Okay, that is fine. So this is our block wall line and this is our trench line. Okay, so this is where they are going to dig. So they are going to dig like this for this trench. They are going to dig like this whole area between this place and this place. That's how they will dig. After digging, they will now lay their block wall on the center at the middle of that digging. Okay, that's fine. So but they are going to also apply blinding on all this. Blinding means a lean concrete. So in this now, we are now also going to do the same thing for this place before we now begin to do what? Trim. So I'll also extend this. Since the block wall runs from up to this end, I'll also come here and keep this here, and I'll also do the same thing here. Click on here, we still have a line here, and then come here and do this. So we have now established our first horizontal and vertical trench. So I'll come now, offset again, or enter and enter again, because that value is already set there automatic once you do it once. So I'll come again now, MA property, match property, and then come here, match this to this and then this. Okay, that's fine. Now we have now established our first horizontal grid line with the block wall laying point, and also our first horizontal trench digging for the foundation, and also the vertical one too, which is, you can see here too. So with this now, we'll not be able to now trim. So as you can see this now, what I'll do, I'll now click here, click on right click and say select similar. It will select all the footing detail here. I'll now type tr trim. I'll trim off this and trim off this, trim off this and trim off this. Okay, that's fine. I'll then come now again, trim off this that is entering the footing and trim off this. So this is how it is meant to appear. I'll come again now, trim off this and trim off this, and again trim off this. So trim off all the trench line that is passing through the column base, that is the footing. Okay, footing part base. So you have to trim it off. Okay, no, this particular video is for foundation layout for part foundation. That's for footing foundation. Later I'll do a foundation layout for Y strip and for raft foundation, or for beam raft or for slab raft. Okay, that's fine. So I also trim off this too, trim off this. Okay, that is fine. And again trim off this and then trim off this. That is fine. So with this now I'll press escape. So we have now established this. You can see that. So if we take this off now, enter, you can see what we have. But we are not yet done with the other one. So I'll do Ctrl Z to undo back and bring this back. Now we have established this now. So what I'll do next is to now do this other one too. So for this other one too now, I'll come here. Since I already have a prototype here, now there's also a digging happening here. Can you see that? A digging happening here. Okay, that is fine. So although if you don't have that too, what you can do is to click on this your grid line, click CO to copy this and paste this here, and then paste this here. Now you now have this as your block wall line. Okay, then we will now have to do what? Offset again. Enter 225, and again enter, and then offset this and then this. Okay, that's fine. And I'll click on this now to do what? Trim off excessive, because this digging starts from this column. So everything passing this column, I will have to do what? Trim it off. Okay, that is fine. Trim this off. Okay, that is fine. And then I will click on this column now, or click on this line and then trim off this and this. Okay, that's fine. So with that now, I will then match property, match this trench to this trench line, this trench and this trench, and again match what I have here to here. Like I said again, it has been proven print worthy, so make sure you match it. Okay, that's so we now have this now to match exactly what we have there. So with this again, I will come again here. This digging for this wall ends directly here. So I'll click on this line, TR, enter, and I'll trim off this and trim off this, and click these two and then say E, enter. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come again now. I'll click on this, on this or on this line, and trim off this, trim off this. So the whole essence is to create a trench. Is to create a digging trench for the whole place you have your walls passing through, your block wall passing through. So I'll click on this again right now, right click here and then select similar. Okay, and I'll press TR, enter, and I'll trim off this, trim off this, trim off all the lines that are passing through the column base or the footing. I'll trim off this, and again that's fine with that. So we have now created this particular one now for this. And then there's also a digging that's going to happen here, as you can see that. So I'll come now, enter, and then okay, I'll first copy this, CP, copy, or CO, copy to put here, and copy to put here, and I'll press MA to match property with this and then this. I'll then come now, enter 225 for the trench, offset my trench, MA, match my trench property here, which is the blue, match this and match this. Okay, that is fine. And I'll click on this, then type TR, that's trim off this and trim off this. That's fine. I'll take this off and take this off. Again, click on this line, TR, trim off this and trim off this. That's fine. And I'll then come here. This particular wall stops directly here, it doesn't extend. So I'll come here, click on this here. I'll form a line here, first, like this. Okay, and then click on this and then trim everything that exists after this place off, like this. And I'll click on this, sorry, this other one exists too, take this off and then click on and say trim. So with this now, I now have to do what? Trim off everything that enters the footing. I'll come and do what? Trim off here, trim off here. Later we'll have to know how to resolve here. Now we have now done for this particular one now. So you can see how I am tracing. Now when you're doing your digging or your trench point or your trench line, or just look at the major walls. When I mean by major walls, you can see that there are some walls that don't have grid lines. For example, this wall here. This wall is not a major wall. You can skip to dig it because this is a toilet and a veranda wall. These walls can sit directly on the DPC without any issue. So you can choose not to dig this one or to provide this as a digging. After they are done blinding all their DPC and casting the DPC, they can choose to now lay this block on the DPC. But for the major walls, for example, these walls that are long, which is the major walls for the building, you can see you have to do what? You have to provide a digging for them. That is why when you're doing your structural framing, you can see that we looked at the major walls when we are doing the framing. You can see that. So the same thing applies here too. For your foundation layout, you can choose not to provide digging for every place. At least it will also help to also reduce costs for the client. While the other smaller walls, for example toilet walls, can sit directly on the DPC slab and nothing will happen to it. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, I'll come again, enter and offset. Copy this first, and then this is also a major wall. So I'll also come here, click on this, and then keep here and keep here. enter, match property with this, and then this and this. Okay, that's fine. And again, click on the center of this, and then trim off this and this. Then offset my what trenches. 225, enter, and offset this and offset this. Okay, and then match it, enter, match my trench with this and this. That's fine. So with this now, I'll then come now, and this particular digging stops, although we still have it here. Can you see that? So what I will do, I'll come here, click on this line, and then click on this line, and then trim off this, and this. Okay, that is fine. Can you see that? I'll then come again now, click this, trim off this block wall that didn't exist here, then click this footing, TR, trim off this footing, this trench line off from there, and again click here and trim off this off from here. Okay, that's fine. And then we will now have to do what? Press F, enter. F is to fillet this, okay, to be sharp. So you press F, enter, R, enter, and 0, enter to get that sharp edge. Okay, that's fine. So we then come now, click on this, by click here, TR, and then take this off. Okay, that's fine. So we don't have this. Okay, that is fine. So next thing we'll do now is to now come to this other side to do the same thing here. Click on this, TR, enter, trim off this and trim off this. Click here, TR, enter, trim off this and trim off this. Now this is like a twin building, so we can choose to do on one side, then later we'll just flip it. Okay, that's fine. So I can choose to ignore everything around here because I want to flip it later. So I can choose to delete here and then flip it later. So again, I will then come and focus. We have done for this one. I'll then focus on this other one here, this other one here. So I can choose to come now, click on this just to be fast. Click on this again, because when you're doing your detailing, you need to learn how to be fast. CP, copy from center point here, and then move to here because they have similarity. So I'll keep this here, and I'll click on this and EX to extend this and extend this. That's fine. And then I have to click here, TR, to trim off this block wall that doesn't exist after here because we don't have anything up here. That's fine. And again, I will come now, click on this line now, TR, enter, and then trim off this and trim off this. So we now have also a digging here. Now just to be fast too, since I already have a footing trench around this line on this grid line A all the way down, and we'll have a digging also on this grid line E all the way down from here to here. You can see the block wall there. I'll also copy this, and then copy this. So when you're doing your detailing, you have to be very fast on doing that. So I'll copy this now, and then like this, and copy the line here, and then CP or CO, and then come here, copy from the center point, from the reference point here all the way down to here. I'll also paste it here, and then I'll come now, click on this. Okay, click on the footings lines like this, okay, on all the footings on this side. First I'll press okay, you can escape and take J means to join. I can choose to join this and this together and press enter. If it didn't join, then you have to use extend. So you have to extend, click on all the footing points like this, and then click on these two and on these two, and then on this. Then I have to now come now, enter, and extend this and extend this and extend this and this. That's fine. And again, extend this and this. You can hold your shift key to now trim. I'll trim off here and trim off here. That's fine. And again, hold your shift key, trim this. And now when you're holding your shift key on this, make sure you don't zoom. You don't roll your zoom button, else it will turn to a 3D interface. Okay, that's fine. So again, I will extend again, extend here and extend here, and hold my shift key again, trim off this, trim off this. So always trim off the part that enters the footing. Okay, that's fine. Trim off this and then extend here, and then again shift, trim off this and this, and again come here, extend this, okay, and then come here, hold my shift key, trim off this and this. So when you hold your shift key, it gives you the opposite of what you have, what you're doing currently. Okay, that's fine. Now put the word escape. So we now have this here. I can choose to also copy this now. Now I can see that I can see again, this is a flip. So I can choose to flip this later by using a point here. This is our grid line 6 is our point of is our central line to flip. For example, I can choose to click here, and then click here, okay, and again click here, and I'll choose mirror. I'll now say MI, which is mirror. I can choose to mirror it from this grid line 6, which is the center point here. That is if you have a similar thing with yours. Else you do it manually. Okay, I can choose to flip it now and then come here and say no. Now you can see that it is not approximately the same. So but what I'll do, I'll just click here, and then click here, and click here, and then click here, and then make it to be, move it from here, because these block wall line are all the same, and clip it here. Okay, so with this now we now have this here. Okay, I can choose to also trim off this. You can see excessive line here, trim, and then check here is okay, and then here you can see here, hold my shift key, extend. So whenever you are doing your trimming, if you hold the shift key button on your keyboard, that is extend, opposite of that. So I'll come now, I want to also do this other one here. So I'll come now, click this, and then click this, and I'll type CP, copy this now from this point here or to this point here, and then keep this here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll have this now. I'll click on this T arrow here, trim off this, and then trim off this. That's fine. And again, we then everything here okay. So we now have this. So we then have to do this other one here. Okay, this other one here. I can choose to also copy this. Copy this like this, and again CP or CO, copy from this point all the way down to here. Paste this here. That's fine. And again hold these two, copy these two, like and click on them, then extend, enter, extend this and extend this first. Explode this, that's X, enter, take off this first, then click on this, extend, enter, and then this, and then click on this T arrow here and do this right here, then click on this right T arrow, trim off this. That's fine. So we now have a trench for this. That is fine. Then we move on to this particular. There's a small digging here, as you can see that. Okay, that is fine. So what I'll do now, I think I have it on this other side too. Let me see. Do I have anything here? Yes, I have it. Yes, I have that. So I can choose to copy this, copy this here first, and then this. Just hold on, and I'll copy this now from this point here, and again move to this other side here, and then keep this here. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, I can then come here. Everything looks. Click on this first, extend this line. So make sure all your trench line is touching the footing base. Okay, that's fine. And again, I will come here, click on this, click on this that enters much, and then I will then come now, hold this, EX enter, and extend this. And this will not go, and to extend, can choose to click on this and then extend this just to have where it will fall. Then we can now hold this and then trim off anything that enters, any trenches that pass through this place, take it off. That's fine. So with this now, we will now come here, click on F, enter, then make this a sharp like this, then zoom here, click on this, TR, enter, and then trim off this. Okay, that is fine. So on this now, we then have this. So once you have had this now, the next thing to do is to now, let's see that ones, it is now remaining these two, 1, 2, 3, and 4 to finish up. So with this, we can also come here, copy this right now, just like this, copy this again, then CP or CO, take a reference point from the face of the wall here, alright, and then move it, so you copy it to here, keep this here. Okay, that is fine. And I'll click on this, make sure it goes up to the column here, and I'll click this. Same thing here, click on this to the column here, and then keep this. Okay, that's fine. And this is already there. So I'll now hold this one, EX enter, extend and extend, and then come here, hold here, extend again and extend. So we have that. So I'll now copy this now to now put on the other side, which since they are similar, CP or CO just to be fast, and I'll come and click here and then place this here. That's fine. So we now have these two. Okay, that is fine. So on this now, we now have only these ones, this one left. So with this, I can do this here. Just click on this grid line, CP, enter, copy this, and make sure you place it at the face of the walls. Then offset your 225 from the face of the wall. Okay, offset this and offset this. That's fine. Match property first, match this to this and this, and then match this trench to this trench and this trench. That's fine. And then this wall stops here. So what I will do, I'll click on this, TR, enter, trim off anything that passes this point, trim off this, and then let me see. Now I'll click on this and then trim off this. And I'll come now, click on this and enter. Okay, so we now have this now. Here I meant to be a sharp edge, so I'll F, enter, trim this using F. It will have like this. And now I will then come now again here, click on this and click on this. Now this, there is no block wall here, so I'm going to trim off. I'm going to click here and then TR, trim off this. Let me see. No, sorry. Hold this, click this and click this, and then TR, enter, and trim off this and this. Correct. And again, we click on this and click on this. TR, click on this and click on this. Sorry. Then hold here and then. Now let us do this first here. This one here first. TR, enter, trim of this, and then click here, E, enter, and then F, enter. Do it like this and this. That's fine. So we then hold this footing base here and then trim off this trench inside it. That's the rule. Okay, that's fine. And again, we don't have a digging here. So later again, I'll come again now, hold this here, TR, enter, trim off this, and then come here and remove this digging. We don't have a digging there on this line. I'll then come here, hold this, TR, enter, trim off this and trim off this. That is fine. I'll then come again now, and for this other one now, we'll then come again, F, enter, click here and then click here. We have that. Okay, we have this, and again we then come here, click on this wall here, TR, enter, trim off this wall and this wall, and again we don't have anything going here, so this wall stops here, so the digging tool also stop there. So F, enter, click here and then click here. That's fine. So we then have this. So we then come now and then click on this wall, this footing, trim this off, and then click here. Don't have anything here, E, enter. So we didn't have this. So we have now created all the footing line, all the trench digging foundation layouts for the major walls. All these other ones which you're seeing here, this one here, this one here, and then these smaller ones are going to sit directly on the DPC. So we have now created the major grid, the major foundation layout for this particular building. Okay, that's fine. So we will now come now. We don't have this also, take it off. So we'll now come now, also this. We will now come now and then remove this our foundation and this our drawing that came with the architect. So we now move it out. So you can now see what we have now achieved. Okay, that is fine. So anything that does not extend, like for example here we extend it, this is meant to look like this one now is meant to stop. So you just have to do what, fine tune these other ones. You can see that, that is fine. And then let's see every other thing here. This one I meant to stop directly here, that is fine. And again, let's see this one now is meant to you can see what's happening here. It's meant to, let's see the wall size that we'll have there. The wall size here is 150. Yes, you can see that 150 wall, 150 wall. So there, but even at that you will still get to 25. So what I'll do now, I'll click on this, and then they will come here and do this, and again click on this and then click on this. They will come here and have this. Okay, that's fine. And again I will then come now and we then have this now. So yes, this is what we have. Then we then come now, let's see again. So you can see how all the foundation layout now it has now appeared. So this is the actual digging trenches that will have on this particular building plan, so that you are not digging excess or making a mistake in digging, because any mistake you make in digging, you are spending the client's money, because you are still going to pay the people that have dug that. So once you have done this now, the next thing to do now is now do what, dimensioning, which you can see our dimensioning here. So we're going to do a dimension grid to grid of this. Okay, that is fine. So what I'll do now is to first of all come here, copy this tagging, which is the title of that, copy it like this and move in here, and then come here and place this. Okay, place this here and remove this particular one here. So this is foundation and ground floor layout for the foundation trench. I'll keep this here. Now for the dimensioning, now this grid line is too close to the to this, so I want to do was stretch it out by putting on S, enter. So just highlight like this, just the grid line, and then type S, enter to stretch. Make sure your line is in press F8 key to keep line at auto, and then don't go too far and don't go too close. So just keep it at this range using your eye gauge to keep it here. Okay, make sure it is straight and keep this like this. Okay, that's fine. Again, the same thing happens here. It is too close. If we dimension, they are going to clash with these footing points, lines. Again, I'll also stretch again, stretch here like this, and then not too far, and keep it here. Again, this one is also too close, so I come here, click on this, S, enter, and then do what, move like this. That is fine. And then this one is already okay, but let me just stretch it out a bit by click S, enter, and again stretch this back like this. That's fine. Let me see, it's still not okay. Okay, same thing again, stretch it out again, move backward, and then keep this. So once you've done this, now you now come and do what, come here, type D, enter, and make sure you are activating this particular, if you're using the stone brick detailing. Okay, click on this. Now we don't have 75 here, 100 is too big. I want to create 75, so I'll come and do what, come here and create new from that. So I'll come now, click on this, remove this copy name, and then type here 75. So make sure you are using this plan, else you have wrong and it not print well. I'll say continue, and I'll come here. Okay, I think we already have it. Let me see. They say it already exists. Let's see if where it exists. Let me see. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So we already have this. So I'll come now and then make sure that, let me see. Okay, yeah, correct here. So I'll make sure that this is what active. I'll click on it and then click on what, select set current, and I'll click close. and make sure you are on the dimension line here and everything here by layer by layer by layer. I'll come and do what? Type either dim line, dim linear, then click on that, enter. Sorry, dim linear, yeah, linear, and then come now. I'll first of all dimension the overall from here to here, and then keep this. You can see that it is want to clash with the line. Make sure you click on it and then move it to a space where it is on its own without clash. I'll come again now, click on this. Now you can see that from grid to grid is 17,775 meters. Okay, that is fine. Let's confirm it now with the other plan here, with the main building plan that came from the architect. Okay, that's fine, because you have to interface the two and make sure that what you have on your structural foundation layout is what is reading on the archi plan, so that you know that you are on the same base. Okay, that's fine. So if you also dimension now from grid to grid, from grid here to grid here to grid here, you can see that we are on the same page, 17,775 meters. Okay, that's fine. So we are on the same page. So with that, now we have now confirmed that this our foundation layout is the same size, length and width with this. Okay, that's fine. That's why you need to do what? Superimpose. So now come now, do what? Click on dimension now again. Now I'll click on this now from here to here. Now say enter, and I'll now type DCO. DCO means continuous dimension, and I'm going to do what? Click on the each of the grid. Okay, that's fine, just to be fast. Click on this, and then come again here, this, and then this, and then come again here and this. Okay, that's fine. I'll then come again now, again dimension again this other side from here to here, and then keep this here. Make sure it is on its own, and clip this here. Now this video is a complete video that we already have on how to do detailing like this. We have a complete video that shows all of this, complete video on how to arrange your drawings from step by step up to this very stage here. So if you want to get that, you can check the link down below and purchase that. Although it's not expensive, but it will help you for a lifetime. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come again now and then click on this here, click this, and then click this, and then keep this here, and again DCO, enter, and I'll come now and then click on this, and then click on this, and again click on this too. That is fine. So we have now done this dimension here, and I'll come again now and then click on this and click on this, go all the way down here and click on this. Now I'll come again now. Now most people only dimension left and right and leave the other side, but for me I like the dimension everywhere, because the main purpose of drawing is to avoid any confusion, is to make drawing the construction easy. So anything that will cause them to begin to fight about how to get value, you have to provide everything for them when you're doing your drawing. Okay, that is fine. So you have to for me, I like to dimension all the sides. You can see that here it's a bit close, but after we'll have to correct that. Come again here and then get this, and then get this here, and then this here. I'll then come now, click on this, come here, and then move this backward like this, just to have a clearer space. Come here and then click on this and click on the line. That's fine. So we then also come and do here too, click on this, come here, click on this. Now I can choose to dimension, yeah, this first. Always do the overall first, and then click here, and then come and click here. Now click like this and like this. Then you now come and do what? The other one, grid to grid or dimension. Click here and then click here. Okay, that is fine. And then type DCO, enter, and then move like this from here to here to here. Now if this is too close like this, you can choose to push it again backward a bit like this, and then move and enter, move entirely backward like this, and keep this here. Okay, that is fine. So we now have this. Now the next thing I can see that we have not done the dimension for this. Okay, that's fine. The next thing now is now put this drawing in sheets. So I'll come now and copy a sheet here. Copy this sheet. I'll come now and copy this title sheet here. Copy it like this first. CP or CO, copy this, and then come here off my snap, come here, paste it somewhere here first, and remove everything that came here with the copy. Like this one should be go off, this one also will go off too. Then I'll have to now copy this into that place and make sure I size my drawings. This is too big for this drawing, so I'll make sure I reduce this template using a scale. I can use 0.8. Yes, and see that it's still too big. Same thing again, as enter again 0.8, again enter again 0. Enter, and I'll move it again and see. Let's see, it is still too big for me. I'll come again here. Let me try 0.8 again, 0.8, enter. Let's see now. Okay, sorry, I need to copy this and come here. So we need to copy the foundation section for this layout. So you can see that every foundation this thing has a section. So I'll come now and copy a section. I'll copy this section now, but before I do this, I first of all copy this first. Copy this section called CO, copy from it anywhere here, and then come here and place it anywhere at all on my drawing here. So I'll come now and place it anywhere around. I can just place it here, anywhere at all, place it here. Okay, that's fine. And then I will now come and copy this footing here, this section here. This section is always typical for a pad footing, so just copy it like this, and then if you have this template, copy it like this and then place for your pad footing. Okay, that is fine for your pad footing, and then place this here. And on that, now we need to do what, make this thing bigger to be able to size that particular one. So I can just move it and then move here first. This space is too small to size this. Okay, it's too small to size this. Okay, that's fine. So when I paste this now, this thing cannot enter into this place. So what do I do? Just to have to make sure that these text fonts here are typically the same way text font that we'll have here. I will copy any of these text font now. All right, copy this and then keep this here. Okay, keep this here. Now once I keep this here, I'll then come here. I'll first of all duplicate this first, make it to be double, something like this. CO, copy this out and keep it here, and then work on this one here. So I'll click on this text now and then type CH, enter. And what is this text height? Is 125. Okay, 125, and I'll escape and click on this. What do I have here? This is 226.88. So I want to reduce it to 125. So I'll come now QC, that's calculator, and I'll come now and then 125 divided by 226.88 equals to this. Now becomes our scale factor. I'll copy this now, copy like this, copy it, then remove this now, come here, highlight like this, type CH, enter, then click on the drawing anywhere and then type any value first, then press remove it, then paste that value inside there, and I'll press enter key. So you can see that it has now reduced to the scale that we'll have. Okay, that is fine. So once I do that, now let me close this factor here and then close this too, because if you now check this now CH and then check this text, you know that it is now 125, as you can see it here, 125. It does not reduce. Can you see that? That's fine. So we then come now and then these dimensions now I need to also change it. I'll come now, CH, open it, CH, and then come here. The arrowhead is too big. I'll say 1.5 as the arrowhead, and then dimension line test, I'll say use let me say 2.5 first, and I'll press anywhere here, and then let's go for the text. The text here is 2.5. I will say 1.75. Let's start with that first. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, I'll then come now and then MA enter, match this, match all this like this. Okay, that is fine. Match this, match this, match this, and these two and these two. That's fine. Can you see that? Then here now, this text is going to be under this section. So I'll come now, CH enter, and I'll click on this here. Sorry, here under weight factor, make it to be what, 0.6, and press enter, and then close this, and move this now to under here, and I'll keep this. Okay, and I'll choose to arrange it like this. This section is for this, correct? That's fine. Then if you check here now, we cut this at grid line 9. Can you see the 9? So I'll come and put here grid line 9. Come and put grid line 9 here. That's fine. Make sure I put at the center, escape at the center of it. Keep this here. Now the DPC slab. Now to do put the information that you have. Now this is a residential building, so the depth, the DPC level is 450. The tiling point is 390, and then the same thing happens here too. So I'll also click here and then click here and then click here. I can choose to do this one here. Click here and then click here. That's fine. Click on this now and then MA. That's fine. That's okay. And then here to the same thing, and then here the same thing. I can choose to make it black by clicking on this now and then CH enter, and then because that's the pointing of the leader, the color here line should be black, like color 8. Then close this, then MA now enter, match this, and then match just these ones alone and keep this. So you can see that the blinding now is 50 blinding, and then the projection 250. That's fine. Now here, this foundation depth always change as size. Now our footing detail is 350, right? 350. So our come now is what we have on our footing here. You can see it here, 350. Okay, 350, and also from our design too, 350. Is that correct? So you can now come and do what here? Come here. Just show that the part, although this is cutting, it's not cutting the part footing actually, it is cutting this other place here. But I'm just assuming that basically if I need to put this cutting point, let me say we're putting this cutting point now. Yeah, for us to have that section correctly, let's put it around here. Correct, that it is cutting around here. So it is cutting the footing. All right, it is cutting the footing. Now the reason why I don't want to put this footing size, as I would have put this footing size now, which is 1/8 by 1/2. I would have put this footing size now, which is 1/8 here on this particular one. But the reason is because I want this to be typical, so I will not put this footing length, but I'll put the thickness because we have the same thickness for all the footing depth. Okay, depth. So I'll come now and 300, right? So if I change this now to what, 300, sorry, 350. That's what we have, 350, 350. Then modify this. This will reduce to 850. 850, and then we'll have this plus this, everything here give us this plus this gives us 1/2. Okay, 1/2, yes, 1/2, and then this plus this gives us 1,650. Okay, remain the same. So this is the FGL, which is this, but if your FGL is different, put your FGL, but here I'm putting 0, and then from FGL you can now put these values. If your FGL has a value, here we change this. Your final, this is your finished floor level, which is the DPC, we change. So make sure you do that, okay, and change here too. Now this one now is talking about the DPC slab. You can see it here. They say 150 mass concrete floor slab, which is the DPC slab, with a blinding under it as 50, and then waterproofing membrane is there and compacted soil under it. Okay, you can see it here. So most times people take this to be 125, but just put the value there, okay, for your DPC thickness slab. So this is now, you can now choose to do what, copy this now. Copy this first, and then try to enter. If it will enter here, you can see that it didn't enter, so I have to scale this sheet again up a bit, just small, not much. SC enter. I will choose here as my point of reference, and then I will scale by, let me say 1.2. Let me see, enter, and see it will be too big actually for that. So you can see that it's too big, so I will have to scale it later, but let me just paste this first around here. I'll paste this now here, and then begin to rescale back later. Just shut the sheet alone, and I will click on this, and I'll type 0.9, enter, and see. Or check that is not entering well. Okay, it's just remaining small, basically small. So what I'll do now is that I'm going to do something like this. Look, something like this, and then stretch this to somewhere like this. Let me just see. Let me see. No, I don't want that. Let me just see. I want to make sure that I don't want to use much thing. Let me move this a bit, because there's some space to like move this. So I move this now like this, and then let me see, keep it that is fine. Then let's see now. Correct, this is already entering. So here now I can choose to modify this on my own. Click here, ch, then reduce this thing here to 0.6. It will still print. It didn't work. So what I'll do now, I'll come now and close this. Yeah, most times it will not work. So I'll come now, copy this that we already reduced already. Click here, copy it down here, keep this here, copy this, right? Copy this. Or most times, let me see, match property, MA, if it will work, match this to this. Didn't work, yeah, because this one has a different text. So I will open here now, and then copy this, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, come here, paste this inside here. This has a different text, single text and multi-text. So that's why it will not work on the paste, on the matching. So I'll now remove this, then copy this, CP or CO, come here, and then place this here. You can see that. Then come again here. This is also a multi-text, so it know on the when you merge it. So also open here, copy this now, copy this, CP or CO, and then come here, Ctrl V, paste that there, paste this inside here. Correct, that's fine. Come here, remove this, and then come here, move this, and then come here, and then add this inside here. Perfect. Then come now, check this like this now, come here, and then do this like this. That's fine. So with this now, they can see that it now enters perfectly. Okay, that's fine. So this is now showing the section of this that we have cut here. Okay, that's fine. So with this, we have now come here, title it foundation layout. You can say foundation stroke ground floor layout, because this is also a ground floor layout. Foundation layout, it's not bad, but you can see add that ground floor layout. Come here, ground floor layout. Okay, that's fine. Although they are going to read it with the architectural plan, so I'll come and put here. So modify all these things to your own taste. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, you can now see we can now come and do what? Come here, remove this, because we have now modified that up above. Come now, remove this, and then come here and paste this. Okay, that is fine. Come here, and then off my snap and paste this here. Okay, that is fine. So we will now, let me copy this one separate, because we are going to use this for a column, for the column details. So I'll copy this separately now and keep this here, because we have these are column tags that came with the software, and we are going to read these column tags with the column schedule, with the column share door here. You can see that, and then to now produce a column detail for something like this. Okay, something like this for this particular building which you're seeing they are working on here. Okay, just as we did for this column base details. Okay, that's fine. So we are now going to click here, what's the name, column label, and then right click like this, remove everything about column label here, come here, and then quick select, click here, and then come this, and then column label, click here, and then say yes, and then come here, enter, and then that goes off. So we are going to use this now to do our column tagging, because you can see at the end of everything, this is how your column function layout is going to look like. To have your column tagging like this, you can see we have FT and then C. This is the column tagging. So we have only done for the for the footing detail, remaining the column tagging. Now we have a video on this footing detail, which maybe you might have not watched, but we have a complete course on that, how we generated to this column detail here. So you can go and watch that video on how to get this column detail. Now the reason why we are not continuing this, we will have to do the column separate, because we cannot do the tagging without we doing the column sectional drawing like this, because you do the tagging together with the sectional drawing. Okay, that's fine. So watch out for the next video on the column sectional drawings. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so see you. But if you want to get the complete video of this, we have it on our Excavation store. Go to Excavation, go to your Google and search for Excavation store, and then you will see our store page, and then you can purchase the complete course for this, beginning from exporting the drawing from your product structure up to finishing your detailing like this, and showing you how to plot your all your drawings, numbering and plotting to PDF, and then issuing to your clients. So see you on the next video. Thank you and God bless you for now. So I believe you might have learned how to produce or draw, or how to draw a foundation layout, detailed one, following using the building plan, and then making sure that you get it right directly like this. So if you have any comments so far, drop your comment down below. Drop your also comment about your appreciation, how you like this video, and then God bless you and see you on the next video. See you. Bye for now, and bye then.